Oh, they're brilliant people. So today's question is, how does happiness make me money? That's not quite the question. The question was, does money bring you happiness? But I think this is actually a better way of looking at the question. Right, so how does happiness make you money? Well, for me, because yes, happiness can make you money, but joy can make you even more. So because of that, I want to start with a distinction between what joy and happiness is. And once we know what the distinction is between joy and happiness, then we can understand how happiness and joy makes us money. Right, so the difference between happiness and joy, at least the way that I understand it, you may use different words for it, that's fine. But what I want you to understand is that happiness is created because of external circumstances. So, for example, today was a beautiful sunny day. Now, it's always going to be a happy thing for me, insofar as I love beautiful sunny days. Some people like really cold, crisp days, but I like the sun. So it's always easier for me to be happy on those days. Now, it doesn't mean that I can't be happy on other days, but that's got more to do with joy, and I will come back to that. So happiness is really when things on the outside, like the external situation of our life, is working for us. That is really what most of us would consider happiness. So, your relationship is going well, your career is flowing, things are good. So that is happiness. Now the trick to that, of course, is that sadly, although we really appreciate, hopefully, the times when things are colluding with to make us happy, whether it's that perfect cup of coffee, a beautiful sunny day, time to read your book, whatever it is, those things really support your happiness. And the more that we accept that, the more that we appreciate it, attitude of gratitude, I suppose some people would say, that can really help us really open up to the enjoyment of those moments. But sadly, there's always going to be moments that aren't like that. There are going to be moments when we get stuck in traffic. There's going to be moments when, your boss is unhappy with you, or if you work for yourself like I do, that your clients are unhappy with you, or whatever it is. So there are always going to be these more challenging moments. And in those more challenging moments, it's going to be difficult to feel that happiness, because happiness is what we feel when the circumstances of our life are supporting us. But you see, happiness is different to joy, because joy comes from the inside. Now, it's often easy to confuse the two, because clearly the happier we are, the easier it is to tap into that joy. But the truth is that because joy comes from the inside, from your connection to who you really are, we can learn to feel that joy even when life is being a bit of a poo. So how do we do that? Well, I talk about, in my book, where is it? Oh, there. I talk about it in The Soul's Brain. I talk about it all the time. Connecting to who you really are. The more that we connect to who we really are through our soul seat, through our fractal resonance, there are other ways, they're the ways that we use. The more that we are connected to who we really are, the more all the symptoms of us being who we really are, we start to experience them. Joy is one of them. Certainty is another. Clarity is another. So the more that you learn to tap into joy, because joy, like your intuition, it comes from your connection to who you really are. And so it comes from a state of internal alignment. And it's that internal alignment that allows the joy to flow. And because of that, even when the world is not really being very supportive, we can still tap into that joy. Now, of course, when we have both things lining up on the outside and things are lined up on the inside, that's when things are really working. Now, I know I promised to talk about how that makes you money. Right, but now that we're clear on that, happiness is when we have that external alignment, joy is when we have that internal alignment, let's talk about it. Okay, so happiness, the more that we start to understand that happiness is about that external alignment, the more we can figure out those things that help create that external alignment. And one of those things are the things that creates alignment, that creates efficiency in our lives, that all of those things that really enable us to have a good exchange in life. And money, after all, is simply a means of exchange. So the more that we practice happiness, it does facilitate other means of exchange coming to us, including money. But the trick becomes really when we combine our happiness with joy, because joy is about us being connected to who we really are. So that means that our joy is also a symptom that we're tapped into, whether we're fully conscious of it or not. We are to some degree tapped into our genius. And it's the more that we bring our own genius to the situation, well, there's no one who can do what we can do when we're bringing our genius to the situation. And that is a very valuable thing. So when we have our joy, our genius, bringing things to the situation, so we know how to line things up in our life so that we can get good exchange, well, let the money flow and remember that you're brilliant.